Could you please introduce yourself and define your title for us?
My name is Jo Hopp, and I am a member of the physics department, and I'm also involved with the cognitive neuroscience group here on campus. The research area is motor learning in humans, and I'm particularly interested in using the ocular motor system to do that, which is the eye movement system. And we use the eye movement system because it is very well characterized. It's very simple in nature. It's only uses 6 muscles, so that we only have to worry about 6 muscles.
What do you find most interesting about your research?
We use that system to study how the brain learns from a motor perspective, how motor learning happens, and we can trick the eye movement system into thinking it has to learn, it has to make modifications, and then we can study the characteristics of that learning, and that's what I'm primarily interested in looking at. Motor learning like walking or talking or riding a bike, that kind of learning. And understanding motor learning is critical for applications in the medical field, like stroke recovery or developmental delays, really understanding the process of learning from a motor perspective. But it's also very useful in technology if we think about smart machines or artificial intelligence. So really understanding how the human brain learns, where it learns, what structures are involved is applicable in all those areas. It's important to investigate for those particular applications. It's important to investigate on a basic science level. We use a lot of animal models to understand the human neurophysiology, and this allows us to match behavior. My work allows us to match behavior in humans and the non-human animal models.
How might applied science students benefit from getting involved in your studies?
So applied science students are going to benefit if they're involved in any type of research. And like my colleagues, my research involves some very high-tech apparatus. We're very fortunate on campus to have a state-of-the-art, best of the best eye tracking system. The type of work I do to study motor learning looks at the ocular motor system, the eye movement system as its model, and we have a fantastic technological piece of equipment that allows us to do that to very, very high precision. And so just learning the technological aspect of the research would provide a benefit for any applied science student. In addition to that, because of the interdisciplinary nature of my field, neuroscience, and the fact that I come from it from a perspective of a physicist, students in my lab get that application on both ends. They get the neuroscience, which I'm very passionate about, but they get it from the approach of a physical scientist. And so that has its advantages as well. Further, the type of work I look at is very applicable to both medicine and technology, some of the things that our students are interested in pursuing, and so it provides that connection as well to their possible career goals.
What can students do to get involved?
So, there's a number of different ways to look at that. A lot of different projects can be happening in the lab, and I have a whole list of ideas that I really, really want to start working on. And so there's a number of opportunities for students to do their own project. Our lab team is very collaborative, so we have that collaborative environment if they want to work with other students on a project that already exists. And because the field is so open, and because unfortunately we don't know very much, there's a lot to study, students can develop their own projects in my lab. And so if it's related to what I'm interested in terms of learning and the ocular motor system, it's doable in my lab. So lots of different students with different ideas are more than welcome, and we just keep plugging away.
If a student wants further information, what's the best way to get in touch with you?
So the best way, of course, is just to stop by my office. If I'm not there, I'm in the lab, but the lab's a little harder to find, so it's better to stop by my office or send me an email or call and leave me a message. I'm pretty responsive in terms of those kind of communications. And if students are interested in joining the lab, I would expect them to sit down and talk with me for a good half hour, 45 minutes, so that they really understand what is all involved.
Any last words you'd like to give to the audience?
Well, I certainly welcome any number of students into my lab that are interested in at least talking about it or joining it in any way. It's a great environment. It's got great technology. It's asking some really fun questions, and questions that are fun to talk about, to tell people about, and to learn about. So come on by.
I'd like to thank you for your time. Once again, Dr. Jo Hopp from University of Wisconsin-Stout. This is Group 10 for Applied Science.